Good afternoon, good morning, and good night. This is Megan here, and this is my first video I've done in ages, so please bear with me. So today, what I really wanted to speak about was positivity. Because obviously nowadays people are getting really depressed because obviously the economic downturn and unemployment and stuff like that, and so people might be getting loads of low self-worth, which is an issue that should really be addressed, especially on YouTube, because obviously it's a channel for people who might not really want to seek help. They might professionally, they might just want to see videos basically about it. So in this video I'm talking about how I deal with issues, self-worth, confidence, positivity, etc. And this is especially for if you are kind of wanting to cry and sink away from everything around you, because I know how horrible that is because I've gone through it myself. So I think self-worth and being positive is very much interlinked, because for instance, if you're kind of positive about everything, you can do absolutely whatever, and you don't have, and then not have to worry about the stuff which happens afterwards, basically the consequences. And that's in my opinion. Obviously people have got different opinions, and as soon as one thing knocks, one self-confidence thing's knocks, you kind of knocked, and I know I've just said knocked 5 times, but hey ho, you kind of feel low and you don't have any self-worth and you don't feel positive, you just feel negative all the time, because obviously every single thing you kind of get bashed to the ground, if you know what I mean. It can also sometimes feel really just constricted and just horrible. And I know about this because I don't know if you can still tell now, but I've went through quite a lot of self-worth issues at school, because when I was at school and college, just because sometimes I was crazy, well, in a good way, obviously I'm quite an extrovert, so that's why, and I was very enthusiastic, and especially at school in the lower years, people thought it'd be really funny to victimise and bully me, which isn't cool. No one should do it, and I was really upset whatever they did. I also found it really hard to fit in, as I didn't know anyone from school really, because I was the only girl from my whole junior school that went up to secondary school, and I just found it really hard to find friends, because I've always had problems with that, because I don't know, I've had trust issues sometimes, but it's okay now. And yeah, so I went through a really tough time, as I was often found crying, in the toilets, because what some guys said or what happened at school, we just couldn't cope with it. And I just didn't have the enthusiasm anymore, and this especially was made in year 10, 11, when I was reading quite a lot. But it kind of all changed, because I had counselling with 2 counselling sessions with the chaplain, because obviously I went to a Roman Catholic school, so we had a chapel and we had a chaplain, and she helped me out a lot, and we had a bit of reconciliation between one of the main culprits, which kind of felt good. And also I kind of chose who I hung out with differently, because I've had my best friend Hannah for 7 years, but when I was at school I kind of drifted away. I went to the more popular side, as I've probably said in previous videos, so I wasn't kind of there for her, and I felt horrible about that, and I hope that never happens again. But yeah, and I was just not myself, so I decided I'd go with this group, which I love to this day, of friends that I made. I started making friends with them actually the summer of 2011, and they've been my friends for the past 2 years, and I love them so much. And since I chose to be with them, I've been so much happier. Literally, my positivity has soared, absolutely soared. My self-worth's improved. I've had a boyfriend or 2 since then, which I didn't beforehand because I had loads of confidence issues, and they make it okay to be crazy and funny and have your own opinions, because we have debates quite often, and it doesn't matter if you don't wear any makeup any day or don't wear the nicest clothes, because you're a person. It's not about your physical view, your physical appearance and what you wear, because that doesn't make you as a person. it only makes the outside of you, but the inside of you is more important than that, obviously. And you can't just always think about your appearance because that's just horrible. And they also made it didn't really mind if I was like this with my hair, kind of like Bellatrix Lestrange. I love her hair. Sorry, no, some people are like, oh, it's horrible. And gothic-y because I quite like black and I quite like wearing dark eyeliner and stuff and red lipstick and stuff like that. And I make it fine that whenever I get drunk, I always go with guys somewhere and kiss. I don't know. I'm a bit flirty when I'm drunk and I gravitate towards guys. So anyway, I love them. But then the one thing that made it really hard in college was exam stress. I couldn't deal with exams. I was crying all the time. I still was crying because I just couldn't deal with it. I was always getting stressed and scared of the future and being alone, because that's the one thing I'm scared about, is not having a husband in the future. And so I had to sometimes get taken out of class and be looked after, and I cried a bit. But then my friends, who I've been with obviously for the past 2 years, helped me out so much, and I love every one of them, because without them I wouldn't be me. But also my friend Millie as well, because her and my friend Luce wouldn't know what to do without them. They're like my two sisters. Well, I wish they were my sisters. I don't have a sister, so that sucks. But also my best friend as well, because she's helped me out a lot, because I recently went through a grievance with my granddad, who had Parkinson's, and yeah, it's just a bit horrible, and Hannah helped me out a lot, so thanks, I love you. But that meant that my positivity is actually back. Hooray! Right, and the thing that helps me, these are top tips. I'm sorry I digressed quite a lot, but I thought I'd do my story as well. Is firstly, the thing that helps you with positivity is if you go to like a leadership summit, which I went to the Knowledge to Action Youth Leadership Summit in 2012, but the last autumn, and it was so good. It was like all about energy and how to, to have the energy and how to lead, and I found out that leadership is not a role, it's a way of life, and it was just amazing. And I can't thank Greg Secker enough for, setting it out, because without that I wouldn't learn the stuff I was there, and Harry Singer and all the other sort of Bridget Sumner and etc. That they were so inspirational and they helped me out a lot. So thank you, I love it. And so that kind of helped me be more positive, because it helped me with my emotional management and stress management and time and stuff, everything basically. And so that's brilliant, and I made so many friends with it, so I'm so happy with that. Love you, Beth. Yeah, she's my best friend from it. So another thing that helps you with positivity is music. Not depressing, oh I'm alone music. No, get that out of your system. That's not good. But if you have any upbeat music, even some gothic music, like I'm really into Nightwish and Within Temptation and Epica and Zandria and Hailstorm and Ailstorm and yeah, etc. As you can see, I'm quite a metal person. That helps me out a lot if I'm getting really stressed and really low. I put it on and I feel powerful again. I can't really describe it. But things like country music, any type of music really, apart from depressing music, because that just makes you sad. And sad music's horrible, and that's why I don't like My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. Don't like that. It makes me cry every single time. Yeah, and as I said, the right friends, because if you're with a friendship group, if you've got a friend or two, you can proper trust that you can talk about anything to them, they won't judge you or anything, then you should talk to them, because they're really important, and they should keep you upbeat, like my friends do. So funny. And also going on stage and performing, because I for the past 8 years, I don't know, I was part of the stage school, which we did shows about twice or 3 times a year, and that helped my confidence, because obviously when you're on stage you're a different person, so it's nice, and then also I like the adrenaline because it makes you feel happy and good, because you're scared but for a complete different reason than just life. You're scared because you might get it wrong, but it doesn't really matter because as soon as you're on stage, it's so nice, and I wish I could be an actress in the future, but I don't think that's going to happen because I'm not size 0, I've not got any connections, and I don't know, I think it's because of my size and who I am. I probably wouldn't ever get in, but if I do get in, and I'm in like films and stuff, even if I'm just like in the backstage crew, I'd look at this video and go, what the hell? But hey ho. Yeah, so that helps me out a lot, and I just love the stage, and yeah, and also getting out and doing some exercise, that helps. You need some energy, and also don't eat crappy food. You need to drink water, well, anything that's kind of healthy, but don't drink too much, because if you drink and you just drink because you're depressed, then that's not good. And drugs, don't do that. As I say in every single video, no drugs. Drugs are there to just make you weird, and don't do it. Do not do it. And another thing that helps me is ASMR, which is the weird thing. It really helps if you're feeling really, really low, because it's just so relaxing, because you get tingles, a bit like, you know, something feels good, you just have a pleasurable tingle in your head and your spine, and I just love it so much. It's just, without ASMR and without gentle whispering, or as Whisper Mr. One, or ASMR, or Appreciate ASMR, etc., then I would not be as happy as I am now, because they relax me and they make me feel so good, and they're like, it's a real big community as well, because I'm part of a group there, and because I'm not an ASMR artist, although I'd love to, but it just takes so long, and I just fully respect them. And anyway, so this video is going to be really long, sorry about that, and I'm not going to be at all annoyed if you don't watch to the end of this video, but it'd be nice if you did. But I hope this helps, and if you want any help, you can either get a guidance counsellor. If you're a Christian, talk to God, as I am, and I talk to God sometimes, because I do, because I'm a Christian, so you can't do that. Or you can always like inbox me, or just type in the comments below, even if you just want to put a comment, as long as it's not inappropriate, because I don't like inappropriate things. So anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully you've watched the whole thing, and I should do it like a video beforehand and just go, you're watching the whole thing, because I looked at my analytics and it wasn't so good. So anyway, hope you have a good day, and if you need more help, obviously I'm here to help. I'm always here for my friends or acquaintances. So bye!